Ouch, ouch! My knee! Are you trying to kick me out in this condition? You're not even human. You're a demon. My mother-in-law's screams echoed against the white walls of our new home. I clasped my trembling hands tightly to my chest. It must be my fault. If only I had expressed it more kindly. I could feel the limits of my 5 months pregnant body nearing, but I couldn't voice it. I'd been seen as weak. The doctor's warning played on a loop in my head. If this stress continues, it could have serious consequences for the mother. Yet I blamed my lack of effort. For the past 3 months, since Heather moved in, her daily midnight scolding made me feel inadequate. Even lying down didn't spare me from her accusations. When I was young, I had it much harder. Guilt squeezed my chest every time. If I tried to call my own mother for advice, she would sense it and eavesdrop. I wondered if I was a disappointment. When she moved my furniture, dismissing my choices as tasteless, regret was my own companion. If only I were a better daughter-in-law, I wouldn't trouble her so much. Finally, I explained to my husband, Alex, and asked him to talk to his mother. But as soon as he suggested she return home, chaos erupted.
"Mom, isn't it time to go back to your place?"
That one line seemed to ignite her illness like a spark to a wildfire. How dare you? You're going to throw me out? I can't believe my own son would leave me with such a monster. Her voice shattered my resolve. But I had to stay strong for my unborn child. This was her plan all along. She invaded our space with boxes in the guise of a housewarming. She aimed to take over. If I didn't make a stand now, both the baby and I would suffer. With resolve bubbling up, I took a deep breath. Then my husband, who had been listening quietly, finally spoke. And this is how my story began. My name is Sarah. I'm 26 years old and have been working at my company's reception desk for 4 years. When I was first assigned, I worried. Can someone like me really handle this job? I didn't have the grace of my senior colleagues or their calm demeanor. If anything, I was known for being kind to others and hard on myself. I was known for speaking up when needed. Maybe that's why I was chosen for the role. Despite initial fears, I managed to earn the affection of my sharp-tongued seniors. This led to 4 enjoyable years at work. It was at that reception desk that I first met Alex.
Excuse me. I have an appointment with John at 1 o'clock.
His mix-up introducing himself as the time made us both laugh. Even my senior colleagues struggled to hold back giggles. Later, Alex confessed.
I was so nervous. I've been waiting for you to help me. I got everything jumbled up.
It stood out among my daily routines. We grew close quickly after that. I often joined my senior colleagues at dinners with high-profile clients. I was mostly an observer. The upscale restaurants where staff replaced dropped forks without a blink felt too stiff for me. While others chatted, I just focused on my meal. I'd daydream about simpler comforts. I'd think about biting into a crispy fried dish drenched in Worcestershire sauce over a bowl of rice. Dates with Alex were more my style. Cold beers on makeshift tables and $2 macaroni salads with fried fish sticks. It thrilled me. After dating for a year, we got engaged. We prepared to meet each other's families. My parents were thrilled. They even spoke before Alex could finish his introduction.
Oh, we're so happy. Our daughter may be clumsy, but she's in your hands now.
I joked to Alex. They couldn't wait to marry me off. He reassured me.
It's their way of saying they trust and support you, Sarah.
His words showed me my parents' deep love and support. The following week, we visited Alex's parents, Brian and Heather.
Dad, Mom, this is Sarah.
Thank you for having me. Alex's father welcomed me warmly.
Relax and make yourself at home.
Alex's mother, on the other hand, seemed cheerful but reserved. Oh, what a lovely girl. Welcome. The conversation flowed smoothly until Alex's mother began reminiscing. Alex has always been such a good boy. Thanks to my strict upbringing, I managed everything. His studies, his sports. Everything he's achieved is because of my dedication. Her stories left me smiling politely. Alex's father sat with furrowed brows. He seemed distant, though I didn't know why. I chalked it up to being a personality quirk and moved on. The wedding came, and during the reception, Alex's mother's tears froze the room. I raised him, and now he's been taken from me. The tension made me worry about our future together. Even my coworkers muttered concerns. Will you be okay with that kind of mother-in-law? The newlywed phase began. We settled into Alex's apartment, but soon his mother's visits increased. Initially, her homemade dishes were welcomed, but when she criticized and remade my meals, I felt stifled. Sarah, these aren't to Alex's taste. You should learn our family's recipes. Until then, I'll bring them myself. Her visits became an emotional burden. What will she say today? I wondered. It wore me down, so I spoke to Alex. Alex, your mom's visits are overwhelming. I can't keep up.
That's just how she shows love. Isn't it easier for you not to cook as much?
His dismissal made me feel alone. We were saving for a new house, so I focused on that goal. Alex's father, an architect, offered to help us with the house plans.
Thanks to an old client, we got a premium deal.
The mortgage was arranged under Heather's name for financial reasons. Everything seemed set until I discovered I was pregnant. The news brought joy to everyone, but soon Heather's tone shifted. You'll quit your job, right? I'll handle the baby so you can stay home. Initially, I brushed her off, but her persistence grew. Heather, I'm not quitting. We need my income for the mortgage. Plus, my company's maternity benefits are great. She stormed out silently. For a few days, she didn't visit, but the peace was short-lived. One night at 1 a.m., my phone rang. It was her, asking intrusive questions. How's the baby? Are you okay? I'm fine, but I need to sleep. I have work in the morning. Yet she didn't let me go. Even at work, she called, claiming emergencies. She even called my mother.
Honey, why are you pushing yourself so hard? Alex's mom is worried.
The unsolicited concern wore on me. The final straw was her insistence on my quitting. Working moms can't handle both jobs and kids. Alex agrees.
Sarah, maybe mom's right. You should focus on the baby.
This invasive pressure eroded my well-being until I collapsed at work.
Someone call an ambulance. She's pregnant. Hurry.
The next thing I saw was a hospital ceiling. Alex's concerned face came into view.
Sarah, you're awake. Oh, thank God.
I remember the constant late-night calls. I recalled my exhaustion and untreated stress.
The baby's okay. The doctor checked.
Tears streamed down my face. If anything had happened, I couldn't have forgiven myself. Just then, Alex's father entered. Worry was etched on his face.
Sarah, are you all right? I heard what happened.
I explained everything. He listened and asked the question I'd been dreading.
Has my wife done anything to stress you out?
Yes. She calls me at night and keeps me from sleeping. I didn't want to say anything, but I need to protect my baby. Alex's father nodded.
I'm sorry. I should have stopped her. I knew her affection for Alex was obsessive. It's time to put an end to this.
With his plan in motion, he arranged for surveillance in the new house to gather evidence. The move went smoothly, and as we settled, Heather arrived uninvited. This shelf goes here. No, move that upstairs. She acted as if it were her house. I felt powerless. Soon she brought suitcases. I'll be living in the baby's room. It's only natural since I'll be the one taking care of them. My efforts to prepare a cozy space for my baby felt violated. The stress peaked. During a prenatal visit, the doctor warned, your stress is endangering both you and the baby. I confronted Alex. Your mom's living here now. Don't you see how stressful this is for me?
She's just excited about the baby. She'll leave soon.
She hasn't changed. She's still keeping me from resting. I need you to step up. The doctor said it's dangerous. If this continues, I'm choosing the baby over everything, even you. Alex's eyes widened as he realized the gravity.
I'm sorry. I'll handle it now.
He approached his mother.
Mom, you need to leave. We're sending your things back. Until we say it's okay, no visits, no calls.
She looked stunned, then collapsed theatrically, claiming she would die if she left. You're killing me! You're monsters! Fear for my baby surged. If that's how it is, we'll leave. I packed. Heather watched, shocked, turning to rage. You can't leave. It's meaningless without all of us here. What meaning? You can stay. We'll go. We won't die and we won't be murderers. The truth tumbled out finally. Alex stood firm.
Hurt Sarah again and I won't forgive you. We're leaving.
As we stepped out, she shouted to the neighbors about what a terrible daughter-in-law I was. The scene was interrupted by Alex's father, just released from the hospital.
What's happening here? Why is my family leaving with suitcases?
I did it all for Alex. I sacrificed everything. Now this girl turns him against me.
Did you think this was for Alex's benefit? Ugh, enough. We're done.
He handed her divorce papers.
I'm filing for divorce. I won't enable you anymore.
The surveillance footage showed her mistreating me. She fell silent, realizing the truth was out. She begged to stay. When I backed away, pain hit me. Alex, it hurts. An ambulance took me to the hospital where the doctors fought to save us.
Please, save both Sarah and the baby.
Against the odds, we made it. I woke to Alex's teary eyes.
The baby's okay. You're okay. Oh, thank God.
We held each other tight, grateful to have survived. Outside, Heather crumbled, realizing what she'd almost destroyed. Alex's father proceeded with a divorce. She lived alone, shunned by family and neighbors alike. News reached us that she worked multiple part-time jobs. She struggled with her pride, but slowly changed. We, on the other hand, found peace. We were supported by Alex's father. When our baby was born, healthy and strong, the room filled with tears of joy. Life resumed, filled with new hope and the warmth of family. Letters of apology from Heather began to arrive. Although I couldn't forgive her yet, it signaled a new chapter for everyone.